Welcome to David's World, and on today's episode we have one very light Zbox to open. Hope there wasn't anything glass in there, because not only that, but it already has a hole in it here. Let's see. We have the knife. Now, let us say this box was extremely late. Not only did they not take payment at all until the day before they sent it out, but when it arrived on almost the last day of July. And as you probably might have heard if you've seen my Threads box, I was away. So my sister had to go to the post office and collect it. And that's not becoming an easy task anymore. So we are sealed up. Let's take it. This has a little sticker on the bottom, and it says the t-shirt is large, which is the one I get, just because I like it loose. And it allows for any production changes, because if you get something from China, sometimes the sizes are smaller than what is said, so I just go for a little bit bigger. I could probably get away with a medium, but I just get the large one. And today's box is brought to you by Bags of Air. I shouldn't have done that! Just kidding. This advert is sponsored by Bags of Air. Thank you. Please stick around. I will be resuming services soon. Okay, I have seen a couple of box openings of this while I was away, in the hope that now I would have something pretty similar. So let's see what we did get. If I have now gone into the realms of ifs. Don't worry, I'm here, I think. Right, where shall we start? Well, it's a good job that hole wasn't any bigger, because I could have lost something out of it, but that's what I'm talking about, you know, delivered by the post office, you end up with a hole in it. The Threads box delivered by my Hermes, no problem at all. So, where shall we start? We will start with the pack of playing cards. This pack of playing cards, you might have seen in other videos, has the Jack, Queen and King is dinosaurs. All the other numbers have the double helix wrapped around the outsides of the cards, and therefore I am not going to open it because I want to keep it good. But just to describe, it's not a standard pack of cards just because it has the box. The backs are quite standard, they're not as flash, but the cards do have some Jurassic Park linkage to them. So that's to one side. Second item. This one is a unlimited, which means that they can produce enough of them to put one in every box, so everyone should get exactly the same thing. Now, you might have heard me say this in the past, in past videos. If you haven't, go back and find them, because I have said that they are producing a certain number of boxes. If they are producing 2,000 boxes, then produce 2,000 coins to put in them. And then everyone can have exactly the same thing. Now, this of course is Alien 40th anniversary coin, but it's supposed to be the gold edition. Denote the simple thing, this is not in any way gold, and does not hold a value to equal that of gold. It is a gold colour rather than a gold in itself. It's of course printed on both sides of the coin, but that doesn't make a heap of difference. if you take it, you can get coins that look gold, silver or any other precious metal from China for under £1. And if you want to look that up, eBay has a good number of, but this one, if anyone is selling it, good place to put the price would be over there. So, coin, happy to have it, but it has no value. It's not likely to become a collector item in the future, solely because they can make as many as they like, and even if they're limited, the metal they make it from is not any type of precious metal. Just my 2p on coins. Now, I'm going to leave the little statue that comes in here to last, and we are going to go to our Star Wars metal snow speeder, which requires no glue, no soldering, and the one thing I wanted to find out on this was you have to be 14 plus to physically do it, because by the time, and you have to have good eyesight, so I think 14-year-olds are the only ones who can physically do these things, because these parts are really small when you take them off the metal. So therefore they are easily lost. Not just that, but their pointy bits are probably immensely sharp since it's made of metal. Now, of course, this isn't a bad idea, but for most people this is the way it will stay, because most people do not have the patience to make something this small. It's bad enough getting people to make something which is this big, never mind get them someone to make something this big, which is probably going to be this big when it's complete. So yeah, good idea, but just something to get put away rather than to get done, because I can't see myself doing that. Really. Want to pay me £1 million, I'll do the video of me doing this and making a complete and utter up of it. Okay. Is my ranting going really well? Oh, okay. Now, this is, of course, a Loot Crate Battlestar Galactica Cylon Raider 4.5 inch from Scar Titan. Now, yes, it is nice, and yes, I like Battlestar Galactica, and I have seen the original. Not to say anything, but my sister just loved Starbuck, who was in it, and so she watched it only for that reason and for no other. But it's a little model, and it comes from Loot Crate, and if you haven't heard, Loot Crate have went into administration and declared bankruptcy not that long ago. They've been took over and are being run by a company that does not give a flying F about anything, who just take over, sell everything. So you know why all of this Loot Crate stuff is turning up. But just think of the volume that they have sent, because all the videos I've seen have had this in. So what number of this product did Loot Crate buy in the first place? Now, I think someone said that this came from 2016 or 17, and it was given away, it was sent out then. That is a lot of money. This is not a little item. To store this for years costs probably millions to do. That's really why big companies don't stock big boxes and keep them for long periods of time, and they reduce the prices at the end of whatever it is. So after Christmas, all your Christmas wrapping paper, instead of it going back into the box, back to the warehouse and being stored to the following year, is sold off at 20 or 15p. Because one, it could get damaged in the warehouse, and two, storing big bulky items like that costs a lot of money. So therefore it is much better to sell it at that much lower price. It still not denote that the item may still not make a profit even at that low price, because they probably bought so much of it that they got it at a really cheap price. This is probably the same thing. The Crate probably sold a lot of these at a very, very low price. You could say maybe they even paid 50p. It wouldn't be out of the question. So yes, I'm fine having that. I have my t-shirt, and I now have the empty box, other than the statue, which I have kept to last, only on the grounds that so far I have seen these statues in people's boxes that they opened when I was away, and mine is different to theirs. Let's just say that. So I don't think there's any size written on here, is there? Actually, it doesn't show a size on here. Now, of course, it is the portal gun from Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, if you don't know, is a cartoon which is more based for more adults, because there is a lot of swear words, sex scenes, as such, going along what Rick and Morty is. Mine is a little different. I'm wondering, is mine supposed to have little white circles around? Was that the thing? Because it looks like a coffee cup, like staying around. I'm just wondering. Probably it is. It's probably that's its style. But it almost looked like it. Look in that top corner, is it there? I didn't notice that when the others opened theirs, that they had those little swirls. That looks like two cups had been put down and moved the chalk on the board type thing. But am I a big Rick and Morty fan? No. I've seen a couple of episodes. They're a lot more of a rip-off of other movie franchises, is one thing. One of their films was, there was a tramp and they shrunk themselves and went into the tramp. So it just reminds me of that Fantastic Voyage film. And we've had dinosaurs, which of course reminds me of Jurassic Park type. But let's get down to our last item. And our last item in our Zbox for July is, I think I need to take it out of this plastic thing, or we aren't going to be able to see the character. Now, my thing with these Eagle Moss things is that they are not very big. They are only about 5-6 inches tall. And this is, get my knife, where's my knife? The thing's stuck so much with just a little tiny bit of sellotape that I can't get it out. Right, so, as I say, they're not very big. The thing comes is that they have them on eBay, and they're this price, which, if I remember last time I looked, they were over £6 each, because I looked at some Game of Thrones things. It's a lot of noise, isn't it? It's me trying to get, even though I've took the sellotape off, but the thing still won't come out. How many more little bits of sellotape do they have stuck this thing down? This is past my IQ level. I can't get into a bit of plastic. Problem solving over. 3 days later. Right. So as we said, this is a Eagle Moss product for Game of Thrones. This is 410, so does that denote in season 4 episode 10 on it? Or, but it does look nice, you know. It doesn't have massive weight to it. That's one thing compared to, it's not like a die cast. It's fairly light. Now, this is the Hound. Now, The Hound in Game of Thrones is a quite tall man who has technically no friends whatsoever. Everyone is scared of him because of his face is like scarred and cut and stuff like that on. So most people are quite scared of him. He's technically a bit like a Quasimodo type character. Frankly, along those lines, that his deformity and the way he looks puts people off talking to him, and really he doesn't have a very nice attitude and to start with. So he's more likely, instead of shaking your hand, to cut it off with his sword. So the Hound in the series does turn up quite a lot, and at the end has a nice big fight scene where, try not to make a spoiler alert here, but it doesn't quite go as he intends when he fights the dirty great monster that Cersei has, which was brought back to life by, I don't know the person's name, but it was brought back to life and it became her bodyguard, and it was like really much taller than she is, and he seems to have known the character in the past. Can't remember all the episodes, so I can't put them together and that, but that was his thing. So as you take it, my hand and the item, and as I said, it isn't very big, and if I was wanting something like these, I would really much prefer having something much taller, especially that for the price. You would have actually thought that. See, it didn't take as long to put back in. That if it comes like that, it's not really that you can stack them and make them look nice. You have to physically take it out. It's not really viewed within this box. So, is that just me rambling on? I think it probably is. So, in this box, we had cards, if you remember. Number 1, cards. Number 2, a coin from Alien. And number 3, we have our put together Snow Speeder, which doesn't really even turn up in film itself. In 4, we have our Cylon little flying thing. In 5, we have our Rick and Morty t-shirt. And finally, in 6, we have our Game of Thrones, weirdly, isn't this Eagle Moss as well? That's HBO thing. But did Eagle Moss produce these? So that would be 2 Eagle Moss things turning up in things. I thought they did. Might be wrong, but Eagle Moss selling multiple items, 2 boxes. Does that go along the same line as that is Loot? Or they got some problem? Right, so that is our video for today. Yes, I probably rambled on, trying to see how long on the screen it says. Yes, I probably rambled on. Yeah. So please like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.